Well, unfortunately, like a lot of charities, the Brave Will Foundation started with a tragedy. So Matt and Tammy Haladen had a son, Will, had an end-of-life experience at Albany Med, and at the time, there weren't very sophisticated ways to deal with that. So Albany Med sort of had to patchwork quilt it, where there were beds pushed together and kind of the term visiting hours disappeared, and it became a very unconventional way of helping people make the most of the last moments they had with their child. And the Brave Will Foundation, after Will passed, became passionate about palliative pediatric care, which really means when end of life is near, how do you make that situation as comfortable as possible, or how do you provide as much support as possible to make that as positive an experience as it can possibly be.
My wife and I are Will's godparents, and we had been friends with Matt and Tammy for years. And Matt and Tammy are local. They live up in Burton Hills, and my wife and I were living in Scotia, and we had a lot of friends and family around. So when Matt and Tammy were in the hospital through Will's end-of-life experience, they were very accommodating about having large groups of friends and family come in to provide the support the family needed. They have two sons as well, Ben and Max. They also needed the support of the family. And they were going through it as a family. It wasn't just the parents and it wasn't just the grandparents, it was everyone. So the idea was to, as close as possible, replicate that experience for people who might not have the support that Matt and Tammy had going through that. So there's a Brave Will room at Albany Med that's there's essentially a pediatric hospice room that if you look in it, it does not look like any other room that is in Albany Med. It is decorated, there are comfy blankets, there are toys, there are magazines, there's a pull-out couch, so family members can spend the night and spend as much quality time as they can with their child before the child passes away. It's a nice thing to do, but it is also a therapeutic thing to do with the family, that they can get on with their lives and know that it's okay both to keep remembering their child that they have lost, as well as go on with the other joys that hopefully life in the future has to provide for them.
Seeing that there's a way to alleviate some of that pain and stress, and even dealing with the sore events and seeing how families react to, one of the most common responses when a sore event is over is, thank God for you guys. We don't know what this day would have been like without the Brave Will Foundation. So I like to help people that are hurting, and I've seen that this does help in some small way. So it's pretty easy to make the choice to be a part of something if you know it can alleviate at least some of the pain in an event like that. I'd like to say thank you so much to Sunmark for thinking of it. Thanks to Darcy for nominating us, and thanks to Sunmark for concern. I know you had a lot of quality applicants, and we're just super grateful, and we'll put that money to good use.